thrilling discoveries, hurdles in the fight against COVID, and advancement in space exploration defined the past year 2021. Hey guys, I am your host and friend Kusmakar Pant, welcoming you all to my channel Everything We Believe in Universe. Please share and subscribe my channel if you want to see more. So coming on straight to the topic, that is 2021, the year that was, let's start with the Nobel Prizes 2021. This year's Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine awarded to the researchers David Julius and Ardem Patapoutian from the University of California, San Francisco and Scripps Research in La Jolla, California respectively. Recognizes their seminal work in identifying the gene and understanding the mechanism through which our body perceives temperature and pressure. The Nobel Prize for Chemistry is for an efficient, precise, cheap, fast and environment-friendly way to develop new molecules using the simple yet novel concept of catalysis, asymmetric organocatalysis. It was awarded to German scientist Benjamin List of the Max Planck Institute and Scotland-born scientist David W.C. Macmillan of Princeton University, who independently developed the new way of catalysis in 2000. The 2021 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was jointly awarded to David Julius 66 at the University of California, San Francisco, and for Ardem Patapoutian 54 at Scripps Research, La Jolla, California, for the discoveries of receptors for temperature and touch. Added to this, two journalists won the Nobel Prize for defending freedom of expression. It was awarded on October 8 to journalists Maria Ressa and Philip of the Philippines and Dmitry Muratov of Russia. Now get ready to find the most significant science and technology stories of 2021. In 2021, COVID-19 once again dominated scientific research and reporting, deservedly so. The disease received 2 entries on the list of most important scientific histories of the year, but on other discoveries and achievements in science have also marked the year, and they deserve more attention. NASA and private companies were the first to reach space. Scientists have discovered more about the existence of early humans, and the researchers have documented that climate change has affected everything from coral reefs to birds. COVID-19 will pay even more attention next year as scientists work on medical advances to treat new variants and fight the virus. Last year, the biggest scientific history of the year was the scientists developed 2 mRNA COVID vaccines in record time. This year's biggest COVID story is the introduction of another vaccine by Pfizer and Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson has not reached much of the US population and much of the world. At the time of December 21 writing, roughly 73% of the US population had received a dose and roughly 61% of the US population had received a full vaccination. Then complete introduction allowed for a deadly summer surge driven by the highly contagious Delta version. Experts pointed out that vaccination rates were lagging behind due to widespread disinformation and misinformation campaigns. It didn't help that some popular public figures such as Rogers, Packers, quarterback, Mick Minaj musician, Joe Rogan podcast presenter and Ice Cube rapper decided not to get vaccinated. Fortunately, by November, US health officials approved the Pfizer vaccine for children as young as 5. Infection has dropped. But while the wall against the disease in the US is growing, it's not yet over, as the number of cases of the Omicron variant has spread across the country. The construction of this wall and the reinforcement with reinforcing shots is extremely important. The rest of the world is severely missing in the wall, where the population did not have adequate access to the vaccine. In low-income countries, only 8% of individuals have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and less than 10% of countries of this continent would achieve the goal of vaccinating at least 40% on the continent, their citizens by the end of the year. Worldwide, less than 60% of the population has been vaccinated. Holes in the vaccination coverage allow the virus to continue to kill large number of individuals and create an environment where other dangerous variants may appear. This year, the famous billionaires behind the space tourism competition have completed successful missions that have not only been strengthened their egos. An army of civilians was sent into space in early July. Billionaire Richard Branson and his staff flew just over the edge of the space on a suborbital flight on Virgin Galactic's first full voyage. However, Virgin Galactic postponed commercial missions until at least at the end of the year. Just over a week after Branson's mission, the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, completed Blue Origin's first personal suborbital flight with the youngest and oldest travelers to get into space. In October, his company, Blue Origin, repeated the feat when he picked up the Star Trek actor William Shatner. A month earlier, a 4-crew became the first civilian crew to orbit Earth from space in the Elon Musk SpaceX Dragon Resilience capsule. More ambitious initiatives are being taken for civilians. In 2022, SpaceX plans to send a retired astronaut and 3 paying passengers to the International Space Station. In addition, Bezos has announced that Blue Origin hopes to install a 10% private station somewhere between 2025 and 2030, the so-called orbital reef. So, before proceeding to the next, I want to remind you all, please like, share, comment on this video. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click on that bell icon to get regular updates on my new videos. Now, it's time to know about the latest technologies, trends and opportunities 2021. Technologies such as artificial intelligence and Internet of Things are transforming the industry and expanding the capabilities of professionals including doctors, lawyers and architects to enable them to accomplish amazing new things. At the same time, it enriches our daily lives by improving our ability to communicate with friends and family, improving our health, filling our homes with smart devices and gadgets, or simply letting us sit back and enjoy movies, music and games, even more stunningly and experimental modes. So here's the overview of some of the ways Apple, Samsung, Sony and other markets leaders will want to cut us from our hard-earned money in 2022. Always staying up to date with emerging technologies and latest technological trends. And that means keeping an eye on the future to know what skills you will need to secure a job tomorrow and even how to learn to get there. It boils everything to a global epidemic, with much of the world's IT population leaning back from work from home. And if you want to get the most out of your time at home, here are some of the key emerging technologies trends you need to watch out for and try in 2022 and possibly secure one of the jobs created by new technology. Artificial intelligence, AI and machine learning. Artificial intelligence has received a lot of upheaval in the last decade, but it is still one of the new technological trends that is significant in our lives, work and games still in the infancy. Artificial intelligence is already known as excellence in image and speech recognition, navigation applications, smartphone personal assistants, ride-sharing applications and much more. The AI market will grow to an $190 billion industry by 2025, and global spending on cognitive and artificial intelligence systems will reach $57 billion in 2022. Expanding the cross-sectoral wings of AI will create new jobs in the development, programming, testing, support, and maintenance, to name just a few. On the other hand, the artificial intelligence offers a highest salary of today, from more than $125K a year machine learning engineer to $145K a year machine MI architect, making it most important new technology trend to need to keep an eye on. Robotic process automation (RPA). Like AI and machine learning, RPA is another technology that automates robots. RPA is use of software that automates business processes such as interpreting applications, processing transactions, managing data, and even responsible to respond to emails. RPA automates repetitive tasks that people have previously performed. Although Forrester Research estimates that automating RPA is threatening the livelihood of 230 million or more skilled workers, or about 9% of the global workforce, RPA is creating new jobs while changing existing jobs. McKinsey finds that less than 5% of occupations are fully automated, but about 60% are partially automated. For the IT professional looking to the future and understanding the latest technology trends, RPA offers a wealth of career opportunities, including developer, project manager, business analyst, solution designer, and consultant. And these jobs are well paid. An RPA developer can earn over INR 534K a year. The next technology trend to watch out for: edge computing. Cloud computing, a previously notable technological trend, had become commonplace in the market, dominated by AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and the Google Cloud Platform GCP itself. The spread of cloud computing tech continues to grow as more and more businesses move to cloud-based solutions. Sharp computing will increase the use of Internet of Things (IoT) devices. By 2022, the global cutting-edge computing market is expected to reach $6.72 billion, and this new technological trend is only meant to grow, and no less, creating a variety of jobs, especially for software engineers. Quantum computing. The next notable technological trend is quantum computing, a form of computing that takes advantage of quantum phenomena such as superposition and quantum entanglement. This amazing technological trend has also played a role in preventing the spread of coronavirus in the development of potential vaccines, thanks to the fact that it can be easily queried, tracked, analyzed, and responded to regardless of the source. Another area where quantum computing finds application is in banking and finance, credit risk management, high-frequency trading, and fraud detection. Quantum computers are now many times faster than traditional computers, and huge brands like Splunk, Honeywell, Microsoft, AWS, Google, and many others are involved in developing innovations in quantum computing. Revenues from the global quantum computing market by 2029 are projected to exceed $2.5 billion. To achieve this new state-of-the-art technology, you must have experience in quantum mechanics, linear algebra, probability, information theory, and machine learning. Virtual reality and augmented reality. The next exceptional technological trend is virtual reality (VR) and the augmented reality (AR) and augmented reality (ER). VR immerses the user in an environment, while AR improves its environment. Although its technological trends has so far been used primarily for gaming, it has also been used for training, simulation software to train captains of US Navy, Army, and Coast Guard. In 2022, we can expect the technologies to become more and more integrated in our lives. AR and VR usually work in conjunction with other emerging technologies on the list to offer tremendous opportunities in training, entertainment, education, marketing, and even post-injury rehabilitation. Blockchain. While the most people think of blockchain technology for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, blockchain offers security that is useful in many other ways. The easiest way to describe a blockchain is as data can only be added, taken away, or changed. Hence, the term chain is as you create a data chain. Not able to change previous blocks, making it so secure. In addition, blockchains are consensus driven, so no entity can take control of data. With blockchain, you don't need a trusted third party to monitor or validate transactions. Several industries are engaging and implementing blockchain. As the use of blockchain technology increases, so does the demand for the skilled professionals. From a bird's eye view, it specializes in the development and implementation of a blockchain development, architecture, and solutions using blockchain technology. The average annual salary of a blockchain developer is INR 470,000. If you are interested in blockchain and its apps and want to pursue a career at its high-end technology, now it's time to start. To use blockchain, you must have hands-on experience in programming languages, the basics of OOPs, flat and relation databases, data structures, web application development, and networking. Internet of Things, IoT. Another promising new technology trend is IoT. Many things are now built with a Wi-Fi connection, meaning that they can be connected to the internet and to each other. That is why the Internet of Things or IoT. The Internet of Things is the future and has already allowed devices, home appliances, cars, and more to connect and exchange data over the internet. We are still in the early ages of this new technology. By 2030, it is projected that around 50 billion of such IoT devices will be in use worldwide, creating a vast network of connected devices spanning everything from smartphones to kitchen appliances. Global spending on the Internet of Things is projected to reach $1.1 trillion in 2022. New technologies such as 5G are expected to drive market growth in the coming years. 5G. The next technological trend that follows IoT is 5G, where 3G and 4G technologies have allowed us to browse the web, use data-driven services, increase bandwidth for Spotify or YouTube streaming, and more. 5G services are expected to revolutionize our lives by enabling services that rely on advanced technologies such as AR and VR, as well as cloud-based services such as Google Stadia, Nvidia, GeForce Now, and more. It is expected to be used in factories, SD cameras to improve security and traffic management, and smart grid control and smart retail. Almost every telecom company like Verizon, T-Mobile, Apple, Nokia, Corp, Qualcomm is currently working on creating 5G applications. By 2024, 5G networks will cover 40% of the world and handle 25% of the all mobile traffic data, making it an emerging technology trend that needs to be watched out for and retained in one place. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity may not seem like an emerging technology given that it has been around for some time, but is evolving in the same way as other technologies. This is partly because the threats are constantly new. Malicious hackers who illegally try to access data will soon give up and continue to find a way to get through even the most stringent security measures. Partly because new technology is being adapted to increase security. As long as we have hackers, cybersecurity will remain up and coming technology, as it continues to evolve to protect itself against these hackers. As evident of the strong demand for cybersecurity professionals, the number of cybersecurity jobs is growing 3 times faster than any other technology firms. Now it's time to wrap up. While technologies are emerging and evolving around us, these technological trends offer promising career opportunities now and in the foreseeable future. And most of the state-of-the-art technology employed trained professionals, which means it's time to choose one, get trained, and learn about the state-of-the-art technology early on, positioning you for the success now and in the future. So friends, thank you so much for watching out the video. Please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get new updates. Any feedback, good or bad, is welcome. Just comment below. So it's your host and friend signing off. Have a great and happy new year 2022. Bye bye.